Today we have Shu Wei with us again. We have a conversation on embracing mistakes. Okay, I think all of us make a lot of mistakes in our life, especially when we are young. Because especially when we are teenage years, our brain is still developing. So we tend to want to make decisions. But because we are still learning how to make decisions, we may make the wrong decision. I remember I was a scout last time. So every weekend we have those campfire, right? My primary school scouts friend asked me to visit his school for the campfire. So when I went to his school campfire, I saw him, he was on stage trying to rah-rah the scout from other schools. So when I saw him, right, I was so happy. So do you know what I did? I shouted at him and like, get out lah! I was like making a lot of funny remarks on him. And because of that remarks and all the shouting, right, wow, the scout leader was so angry with me and chased me and my friends out of the school. I was like, oh, after that day, I was, hey, what have I just done? And because of that experience, right, to be honest, I did not dare to attend any more campfires. I'm just afraid that I may do such stupid things again. But the thing is, if we think about it, who never made mistakes? We all make mistakes, and sometimes we're supposed to study for exams, but we never study for exams, or we should train harder, but we never train harder for our sports. But I feel that sometimes as an adult, we tend to look at students' mistakes more than trying to find their strengths.
I had a similar experience as you. Like during my secondary school days, I also didn't go through my head before I speak. Yeah, so when I'm in the basketball team, when I talk to my seniors, the things that I say is like not very respectful. Like, okay, oh, you go lah. Like, my seniors don't really like me, feel that I'm a very bad attitude person. Yeah, to the extent that I feel that I was kind of neglected in the team because they don't want to talk to me anymore. They also feedback to the teacher, and then the teacher also spoke to me. So from that incident itself, my personality kind of become very quiet because I feel that whatever I say might be wrong, so I just keep myself quiet. So it's a solution for myself is that keeping quiet will solve the issue. So since then, right, I just kept quiet. I don't really speak when not necessary. I just keep quiet.
I also feel the same way. Sometimes I will, in front of my friends, whatever they say, I'll just rebut. Like, I know everything like that. Then sometimes the friends also don't want to talk to me. There are many times when my teachers ask me to speak in front of the class or present anything. Back then, I didn't know I have dyslexia. So everything I say or write, I make so many mistakes. I can't even pronounce the words properly. And sometimes teachers will correct me. But when this kind of thing happen over and over again, right, teachers will get frustrated. Over the years, I developed that fixed mindset that if I speak, it is not very nice to hear. Or if I speak, people will laugh at me. And just keep quiet. Don't try, you won't make any mistakes. And it's unconscious. And I also became very introverted. And I think luckily, I met teachers who believe in me. Those are the teachers that really give me opportunity to shine. I remember when I was in JC, there was this English teacher. You know, that the first time I wrote an essay, right, I really predicted this teacher is going to give me a lot of red marks and ask me to do a lot of correction. But surprisingly, when I received back the paper, right, there was just one sentence. I like how you talk about the concepts. And that sentence, right, really impacted me, really made me believe that I have the ability to write good English. These are the teachers that make you want to try again. Yeah, so like for example, I write blogs, I do this podcast. These are confidence that I did not have all my life because of one or two teacher, one or two person that believe in me, that made me realize that hey, if I try like 1,000 times, you will be successful the 1,001 time, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so similarly, after the incident itself, I also had opportunities to recover from that. So I had some opportunity to make up to it by having a leadership role in the team.
So your teacher
gave me a vice captain role in a basketball team. Because as a captain or vice captain, you still need to be able to talk to all the teammates. But before I speak to them, I will think twice about how do I phrase it. Even though there's opportunity given to me, but I think I need a lot of practice to step up to having the confidence to speak in front of everybody, or like without thinking so much and like keeping it to myself to think like is it the right thing to say before I say something.
A lot of us as teachers, we don't know what's inside the student's head. I mean, we all have a lot of experience in our life. It's all stored in our long-term memory. If let's say we have more negative experience, right, if we think that a lot of people see bad in us, or people judge us or correct our mistakes, all these are long-term memory. For example, both of us have similar experience, right? When we speak, people laugh at us, or people say we are not respectful or what. All these are experience. the moment we want to speak in front, we straight away bring back all this long-term memory, and then it's all stored in our working memory, and then suddenly our working memory is filled with all this negative experience. Where do we have the space in our working memory to actually think what to say, or be creative in our speech, or be confident in our speech? We won't be confident anymore. We will be thinking, what, am I correct? Should I say this? Should I say that? The whole mind is stressed, is overwhelmed by our bad experience before. Like, let's say student, primary school, they play football, and then because they are not good at football, right, and then their friends who are good are always trashing them. So this student will build all this long-term memory that I'm not good at football, I hate football, people will trash me, people will make fun of me, I can't steal the ball, I can't intercept, I can't dribble away from defender. All these are long-term memory. Then when they go to secondary school, and then when they see football again, they will bring back all this long-term memory, and then where will you have that courage or the space in the brain to process the information? What should I do? So sometimes when we see students not motivated in some sports, for example, volleyball or football, right? Maybe we think about it, yeah, we have all this poor experience. And that's why when you say even until now, public speaking is not a very comfortable thing. Even actually to me, right, I still have that issue in me also. That's why I feel like as a teacher, we really need to embrace mistake and really need to make the learning environment very safe for the student. I think it's not easy to allow students to embrace mistake, but I think as we become more experienced, right, I try my best to allow students to make mistakes. I'm still work in progress.
Yeah, so I think for now as a coach myself, I would really give them a safe place to explore, especially when they're learning new skills or they're really young. For example, in basketball, I'm teaching them on defense. Our Skyfall, they're learning it in some ways, but after all, I still want them to understand and explore why do they need to position themselves in that way. So I always tell my students, there's no right, there's no wrong. It's just you need to know why you are doing this and why you are standing there. If you know why, then that's good enough for me. Because you know what you're doing, I'm fine with that. Yeah, so I think there's really no right and wrong. It's just more of like how effective it is or how efficient it is as a defender yourself. After all, they will still find out like which is the most effective way after a few more tries, you know. So I think it's really good for them to really explore, and it's really normal to make mistakes, especially when they started learning a new skill or experiencing something that is new for them. Just believe that they will somehow get it after a couple more tries. Just give them that space, just keep comments to yourself first. Let them continue to observe after a couple more tries. If they really can't get, then maybe just give a pointer to Skyfall a bit. But I think everybody is a person that can self-reflect and think of a better solution for that scenario or situation that they feel lah. Yeah, so give them the opportunity and space to really explore first before you step in.
You share a very important thing about metacognition, that a human brain has the ability to evolve, have the ability to make connection. So when you allow the student to explore, right, they will find the solution. If still cannot, like what you say, give 1 or 2 cues to Scaffold, guide them a little bit, let them discuss a little bit. Like for example, cannot, they're all stuck. Okay, stop for a while, discuss. Then you also mentioned about just keep believing that they can and keep the comment to ourselves. We have all the answers, but if we keep telling the student the answer, the metacognition will not happen and the thinking will not develop. They need to keep thinking and need to keep processing the thoughts, keep to understand, I just did this. Okay, why do I think that way? You have to keep thinking many cycles of metacognition until a point their brain develop and they'll make better decisions later on. And that's why embracing mistake is so important because through all this thinking process, you sure will make a lot of mistakes. And it's because this teacher is, mistake is okay, no problem. There's no wrong answer. As long as you know why you want that, is good enough. Maybe to us it's a wrong decision, but as long as you know why you want to do that, it's good enough. Then later on, they will think again and then reflect again, something is wrong. Because you allowed that thinking to happen. The coach allowed me to think what I want to think, allowed me to make any decision I want. Yeah, if let's say the coach, no, this is wrong, then you bring back all your negative experience again. What is this coach going to say? What if I do this and the coach give me feedback again? Then am I going to embarrass myself again? Am I going to make a fool of myself? Already your whole mind is full of all these thoughts. You won't have the space to process anymore already.